Okay, another SPQR from the Equus module that sort of was published in SC3I. This is Mahrabal's victory in Umbria. Here we are in the Apennines, and Mahrabal is aware of a Roman cav force, which is off map to begin the game, that's coming towards him and has laid an ambush. And he's only allowed to set up in the rough and woods terrain. Pretty much free setup. I think there's a mistake in the setup for the game. It talks about the Romans entering from here, but it looks pretty clear by the special rules that they enter along the road. They've got to come in on column, and they can't do anything until they're attacked. Well, until Mahrabal activates a unit. So basically, they just have to continue along the road until they're ambushed. It's a complete surprise situation. And, you know, that's an oddity. I haven't seen one of those in the SPQR, as well as it being almost a pure cav battle. Mahrabal has some slingers up here. Numidians I threw in the woods. Plan is to come in from behind and then come forward with the Spanish cav. So, should be an interesting little thing. It's a tiny battle again. The route conditions are 30 for the Carthaginians and only 28 for the Romans. So, it'll probably be over. You know, again, this is probably like a 20-minute battle overall to play, which is really cool. SPQR, you know, even moderate-sized battles take a decent amount of time. This I can get done in sort of half an evening of my kind of play. But, you know, normal players could just throw this down and put it out pretty quickly, actually. Alright, let's see it. Well, the Roman line has made its way, or column has made its way onto the map. Now, the Carthaginians could have struck at any point. They're going to do it right now. All their leaders have been unengaged, so they can use each one at this point fully. There were a couple of options here. One was, I could have gone for momentum, and actually I tried and succeeded, and also got a column roll, or a line roll. So he could have moved his entire van cav unit forward. That would have meant about half that unit went off the map and left the game. So I decided I didn't want to do that. Other options would be to strike, and that may have been the best, is to try to get the Romans off the map so that they can't lose this battle. But that would be somewhat uninteresting if it happened, and had they only moved part of their force forward that far, and that was very, very likely. It's unlikely they could move the whole column with an extra momentum. Then they would have been left facing with even less, say from here down, against this position. And that seemed even more disturbing. Now, of course, they would have had a couple of units left here that they could bring back into play, but it didn't seem like a wise idea. On the other hand, using the Carthaginians early, given that the Romans stayed together in column there, also seemed foolish, because now they're all sitting ducks and I can hit them all at once. And that's what I will proceed to do. Mago's Numidians came charging out of the woods, crushed in, destroyed actually 3 units. That's a total of, what, 19 tactical quality already? Only 9 more to go. They didn't get a momentum, so they can't continue their assault. But still got the slingers, which of course can be avoided. But I've got these lancers behind. So this should be over before the Romans actually get an action. Hamilcar moved forward with the slingers and actually routed one unit, drove others away, who chose to retreat. It's sort of a devil's bargain either way, because they're approached from the flank. They take hits for withdrawing, which they can do automatically. This guy couldn't because he got stuck. The slingers didn't actually attack. The odds of that are pretty bad, but they did get a momentum success, so they all shot twice, Now they took hits for that in their tactical quality, but you know, they're just destroying this cavalry and weakening it up. They're doing much better than they usually would. Those units are pretty much valueless, but in a situation like this, they're proving to at least serve some purpose. And in the end, this one just doesn't qualify as a battle. I haven't even moved Mahrabal's final reserve in, but all the Roman units have either been routed, in the case of a couple of them, or destroyed off map, except for this kind of rear guard of the column, which is turning and running as well, because what are we at? 10, 20, 30, 44, 28 was the limit. This is not really worth playing, except maybe to fiddle around with the counters a little bit. Maybe a 10-minute scenario, but there's nothing here. Could there be some way, some decision making, some choices that the Romans could make? Yeah, you know, they could have gotten all their units off the board if I had tried following up on those momentums. What would have happened? Well, the first guy had already gotten one momentum. Second one he would have failed, so he would have had half his forces there. Second unit in the column would have succeeded in a momentum, which would get him close to the edge of the map. He can't go any further than that. And the final guy would have gotten a momentum as well. So it could have been the Romans back here, which would have been a much, much better situation for them. I should have gone with it. I would suggest, if you do play this, to try to get the Romans past the ambush. But I kind of wanted to see what happened. I wanted to see if there was any chance. Column is kind of funny, because according to SPQR's rules, you cannot put Cav in column. But this scenario said, and it doesn't have any special rules about it or anything, but it says all the Roman units enter and move along the road in column. And there's certain penalties to column, which made this absolutely a blowout. Tactical quality is reduced by 2, and the attack, and whoever attacks them always gets tactical superiority. So that's really what wiped them out. Add to that, not that it mattered a lot, but this particular map doesn't have Cav pursuit boxes, which meant that units that attacked and killed or routed Roman Cav could follow it up, finish it off, kill it the same way that they would normally on a pursuit, but then they're not taken off the map. Misreading of the game? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe those boxes are supposed to be there. It's not clear. It didn't make a lot of difference. I think only maybe 1 or 2 of those Roman units would have been hit, were hit on a second momentum type thing and finished off because of that. Alright, I'm going to send this one up for whatever it's worth.